Hi, Rachel. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Thursday Live from Oregon Weight and Wellness. I'm Dr. Julie Gilbert here with Rachelle Mathios. Rachel!
Woo!
We've taken a little bit of a reprieve. I played hooky last week, but the week before, I think, was July 4th, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know. It just came and went Thursday. I don't know. But Rachel, you'd been out of town, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were out of town. So it was the 4th of July and then we went on vacation.
Yeah. So vacation. And that's kind of what we want to talk about. We've been talking about differences between dieting mentality, lifestyle mentality. We went through the pillars of lifestyle. And now I want to talk about some of those tricky times of application of lifestyle. So when sometimes if you're working and you can develop a routine and it, and it becomes secondary foundational, but then life kind of throws you some curveballs, then they can be good or hard. And the good curveball is what I'm thinking about, Rachel, is what you just came from your vacation, what I'm getting ready to do, a little vacation, and how that can, how to take a lifestyle mindset into your vacation. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're fresh from your vacation. Tell us a little bit about what you did, if you don't mind sharing. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. And I love that you described that, you highlighted that during the week, we're in kind of a routine with work and things. And when I talk to your patients, one of the weekends kind of feel like little mini vacations often. And during the week, people are able to stay, with their healthy eating and their exercise routine and their sleep, of course, they work. Weekends is when most of the things kind of fall apart. And I know for my health journey,
yabba-dabba-doo.
That's right. That's when I typically, that's definitely weekends is when I've kind of sabotaged my efforts. And you can do a lot of really powerful sabotage on Saturday and Sunday, and kind of even out or wipe out what you've done during the week.
Undo. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what we're talking about is like when you're actually going away on vacation. We just got back from a week-long vacation to Nashville and to Seattle. We did kind of 2 back-to-back.
Wow. Those are like separate.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was very, very crazy. And it was, of course, I'm going into vacation as a seasoned lifestyle follower. So I've got a lot of tips and tricks up my sleeve. I've got a lot of habits and hacks, but it's not come easily. It's come with years of practice. And even with all those years of practice, I get stuck sometimes, by what I'm eating while I'm traveling. So either in the car or in the airplane or in the airport, getting stuck with wanting to just hang out rather than get up and move my body when I normally would move my body. And of course, I came back really tired. I didn't have a buffer day. I got home on Sunday late afternoon, and then full back into it Monday morning. So that is tricky too, to get back into routine.
Yeah, very good. So, well, tell us a few tips and tricks that you about the eating, about your food, keeping your food pillar of nutrition in line on your
So one of the things we flew to Nashville. So I brought food on the plane and in my carry-on. And so I brought a giant bag of mixed nuts and seeds. This is something that my husband and I eat all the time. And I knew it would be handy in the airport, but also at the VRBO when I'm waking up in the morning and I'm hungry and maybe there's nothing there, or I knew it would come in handy. So I packed I packed several pieces of fruit. And then was able to pack some fruit for the trip home too. Yeah. When we got to the VRBO, the first thing we did was order some groceries. So we knew that because our plan was to eat healthy and not eat out for breakfast and lunch every day. We knew we'd be eating out dinner most nights. The next thing we did was we mapped it out. So right when we got there, and even on the airplane, we were mapping out where we would want to eat and what's on their menu, planning ahead. Okay, what do I want to eat? What do I not want to eat? What would I order from this restaurant?
Right. So you're looking at their menu ahead of time. Yeah.
ahead of time. Yeah. Trying to keep my water intake, like there's like carrying a water bottle with me all around, because when you're
Mhm.
in a VRBO or when you're in the airport, you don't have your normal things around you, and
Right.
I just kind of packed it around with me all the
Mhm.
time, you know.
Mhm.
That's that reminder, drink my water.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And
good.
committing
Listen.
ahead of time. I think the biggest piece was committing ahead of time. So
Mhm.
committing, my husband and I had a conversation. Okay, how do we want this to go? What's
Mhm.
your intention for the trip? What's my
Mhm.
intention?
Mhm.
How loose with our normal routines do we want to?
Mhm.
And that's a
Yeah.
choice we can make.
Mhm.
Um, what will we stay hard and fast on? You know, if we're going to do our normal exercise, how will we do that, and where will we fit it in? So I had an accountability buddy, and that was a big piece of it, because we were able to say, okay, we got to do this thing,
Yeah.
and stick with it together.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so good.
Mhm.
Thinking ahead, planning ahead, taking those whole food snacks that are, stable in any environment, for, reasonable period of time. And
Mhm.
the mixed nuts is a great idea. And oftentimes I think too, when I'm flying, is like, I'm not doing anything I really don't need to eat. Right.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes, in addition to bringing food that serves me well,
Mhm.
so I also like plan a fast day, or, maybe not a 24-hour fast, but an intermittent fast.
Mhm.
And, so I think about that ahead of time and like, yeah, I can do that. And staying hydrated with water. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, good. And so the thinking ahead, the planning ahead, what's the purpose of the trip?
Mhm.
And being intentional about it. Even, yeah, I think of my husband and I, when we travel, we always look for the Whole Foods in the area, the Whole Food store. We love that store, and I
Yeah.
know that's not all whole food in the Whole Food store.
Right.
There's plenty, there's plenty of processed food in the Whole Food store. But anyway, we like that store. And
Yeah.
and we tend to go to grocery stores more than restaurants
Mhm.
on our and I never thought about ordering, or even thinking about ordering ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great idea. I love that
Yeah,
idea.
because
That's
you can put that order in while you're on the airplane, or while you're
Mhm,
in the Uber driving, or the
mhm,
shuttle car, and you're just
mhm,
placing a bunch of things in the thing, and then
mhm.
we happened to have them delivered because we didn't have a car, we kind of were
Right.
Ubering,
Yeah.
so we had them delivered, but you could certainly go pick them up from a
Yeah.
Walmart, they have Kroger, so we were able, even though it's not Fred Meyer, it's still the Kroger,
Mhm.
same Kroger app
Right.
that we
Right.
use.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so,
Yeah.
yeah, you can typically, and that was a really easy way to do it, because rather than
Mhm.
trying to navigate and try to find these grocery stores, and and we weren't tempted by the things in the grocery store. While you're on
Mhm.
vacation, you're kind of
Right.
feeling that vacation mode, and
Impulse.
all of a sudden
Yeah. Yeah.
impulse. Yeah.
Right. 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 Yeah. Good. And then you were also thought ahead and talked to your like, this is a good idea for me because my daughter and I are planning a trip together.
Yeah.
Actually, starting next Thursday, I'll still be here. I'll be here next Thursday, but we're leaving. We're
Okay.
taking the red eye. We're taking the red eye, which is going to mess up my sleep, but going to get right back on track.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we're going and we're going to do a little tour of Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky.
Wow.
Yeah, fly and then road trip. So this is, yeah. So having a conversation with her, like, what do we want this to look like? And then really going in the trip with the mindset of what I want, think about what do I want from this time off of work? What am I trying to do? What do I want to accomplish? And how do and for me, for this time, I
Mhm.
really want to, because I'm going to go back to Ohio's my stomping grounds. That's where I grew up. So I have relatives and friends I haven't seen in a while, years in some cases. And so I really it's going to be really important for me to make connections with people
Mm.
and feel, and be present in the moment, and not feel rush, and to come back hopefully, refreshed, and then hopefully having given some refreshment or encouragement. So that's, just some versus other vacations that I've taken, maybe to a new place. I want to see everything. I want to go everywhere. I want to experience all the touristy things. This is a different, I feel like, I don't know, maybe for the first time, this is a different vacation. So my mindset is a little bit different this time than in the past. So
yeah. Nice. So you guys get to discuss together, like, this is what, you get to share with her, here's what my intention is. And
right.
that changes the perspective of the trip and the value of it. What am I trying to get out of the trip or put into the trip? And then, food and the worry about food or the overconsumption of food or the, all of that kind of fades into the background. It's not the for the, it's so interesting when I talk to people in this program, and in the Oregon Weight and Wellness program, and different coaching clients, when we get down to, and this comes up a lot, vacation is a really big topic because it's really hard to do this for the first time, especially when you've started a health journey. And when we get down to the brass tacks of it and really discuss the truth of what they're doing, it's not about food. They're not traveling for food, right? They're not traveling to see how much food they can eat.
Right.
That's not the purpose.
Right.
It's typically fun and time spent with people and seeing things. And so when we just talk about what is your purpose for this trip and what would you like to, when you come home on, Sunday evening, what would you look back and say about that trip? What will you be proud of? And think ahead of time, what are you going to be really discouraged about if you do? Like, you've had those, we've all had those trips where you come back and you're like, oh man, I feel terrible.
Right.
So what are you going to regret? And can you reverse engineer and plan ahead?
Right.
Avoid the pitfalls.
Right. Yeah. Really, very good. Yeah. My daughter and I, she likes to run. So I'm a kind of fast walker, a little bit of a runner. So so talking to her about what that's going to look like, and also thinking about the weather, it's hot and sticky in Ohio compared to here. I mean, it's been hot here for sure, but but so thinking through that, and it's going to be a 3-hour time difference. So really kind of thinking through all those little nuances and how that's going to affect sleep and when I'm going to drink my coffee and all that stuff. Not to get obsessed and, take the fun out of it, know. But sometimes when you do a little planning, the planning actually creates the freedom.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. You're not questioning what you're doing.
Right.
There might be spontaneity in the trips, the excursions you're taking or whatever. But when you kind of plan through what you're going to do and how you will behave, it is quite freeing. It's not as scary. It doesn't produce as much anxiety.
Right.
And people always get back feeling so proud of how they honored their values, honored their health, stayed on the track and then they're not coming back having to fix a week, for a week, fixing all the things that fell apart, which can be really hard to get back to your routines. Some of the water weight or the salt and the exhaustion. I mean, all the pieces can be really hard to recover from.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, very true. Yeah, and I'm kind of remembering from, I think it's from Atomic Habits, Rachel, that, if I miss a day of whatever it is in my normal, routine, well, in this case, let's just say exercise, it's okay. I can pick it up, the second day. If I miss 2 days, I might be able to pick it up easier. I mean, easily, I should say, the third day. But if I miss more than 3 days, or 2 days, of a routine, it's going to be harder to pick. It doesn't mean I can't, reclaim a habit. I can always reclaim. It's just going to take a little bit more effort. Yeah. And so if I work to, I guess I don't like that word work, but I guess it is. I mean, it does take effort. If I plan to move my body in some way, it doesn't have to be the same thing.
Right.
Yeah. let's see, let's whatever. I've been doing hit on my bike that I put on I made my bike stationary, but anyway. So I'm not going to have a bike, but so I don't have to do it the same way, but I can keep that muscle memory going by moving my body some way.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's it's one of the phrases I really like to try to apply to my own mindset is never miss twice. And yeah, it kind of reminds you, I can miss once. That's fine. That's great. Pick it back up. But it's that concept of when it's more than 2 times or 3 times, I don't want to suffer through that. I'm actually saving myself all the work. It's so much easier. Just keep going. And we all have setbacks. We all have things that kind of throw us off track. But man, if I can keep that mindset to try not to miss twice, it makes all the difference.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Don't miss twice. So yeah. All right. Well, so, okay. I'm putting you on the spot here. Tell me a highlight of your trip.
Gosh. Well, the highlight of Seattle was we saw Kenny Chesney in concert, and I love country music and I love Kenny Chesney. So that was, and Peter and I went for a run on the boardwalk early in the morning down the river, right on the ocean, right in the bay or whatever, the sound. I guess that's the sound. We saw the Space Needle, went to the public market, a bunch of things we've never done before.
Cool.
And in Nashville, it was just, we vacationed with our kids, our adult kids, and it was just so fun to see our people playing and having fun together, dancing, enjoying music. Like it was just, I had a moment where I sat back and just looked at my people, my kids and their significant others, and then my friends and their family. And it was just, I was so grateful for community, friendship, love, connection. It was just like, a little sappy moment.
Well, yeah, those are the times. Yeah. That, we want to treasure those in our hearts, store them up, and, because sometimes it's not going to, sometimes it doesn't always go that way. So you have to remember that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Remember.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm hoping to come back and have, share some of those great moments, from my trip. So
yeah.
I haven't. Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me tell you one more. I knew it was a big one from Nashville. We got to go to the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, fun.
It was, that's just like a lifelong bucket list. It's one of those things I've seen on TV growing up. That was really special. And we saw Vince Gill there among other people, but Vince Gill.
I didn't realize you were such a country music fan. Yeah.
Big country fan. Yep. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it was the Grand Ole Opry. Really big one. Yeah.
Yay. All right. Okay. Well, well, tell us now. You're back. You got back Sunday, and you're dove into your week. So tell us how you've gotten back into your routine and what's for dinner.
Yeah. Okay. We didn't miss a beat. I didn't. My plan was to not miss a beat with my routine. My plan was to. We had pre-planned, like Monday is not a vacation day anymore. Monday is the same day, right? It's a normal work day. So jumping right back, we threw our bodies out of bed at 5 a.m. It was very difficult to kind of like force myself to roll out of bed and fall on the ground so that I get out of bed and get my running clothes on and go off my run. And then we got groceries right away. And it was really just, nothing has changed, right? Here I am Monday. It's a normal day.
Yeah.
And same thing with sleep, right? We got home and it was like, okay, we need to go to bed early tonight, have a healthy meal, go to bed early. Just all of the normal routines, kicking right back in. So that's, for me, that's the mindset. It's whatever I was doing on vacation that was out of the norm. It stops the minute I get back. It's not like, well, I'll start again tomorrow, or I'll give myself a couple days. Nope. Nope. The mindset of vacation is done. Yeah. Done. Yeah. So what is for dinner tonight? Well, interestingly, we're going camping this weekend. So, and we're leaving tonight. So tonight dinner will probably be either on the road or in camp. And we pre-made a bunch of food and we froze it all. So we've got a vegan chili. We've got a bunch of, we've got our oatmeal. We're bringing tofu sandwiches and things like that. Tofu veggie sandwiches. So it'll be one of those kinds of things from our camping food. And that's a similar thing, on camping, kind of like vacation. It feels a little bit like vacation. And typically I might have chips, or more, or like s'mores, and that's not a normal thing.
Yeah.
But we really try to keep what we're eating as close to normal as possible. And so we'll pre-make foods and freeze them.
Yeah.
And then we can just kind of reheat while we're camping. So that makes it easier because you're not cooking while you're camping. You're kind of
right. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. Yeah. And I like, I know I'm kind of circling back to this vacation thing, but I like thinking of indulging in things other than food. Like maybe there is a place I haven't gone in Ohio, or, and maybe I'll indulge in that. Or if we go out to dinner, maybe I'll indulge in an entree that I'm not usually eating versus a sweet thing, something like that. So, and then maybe I'm going to plan some other, like, for example, Rachel, I grew up in Ashland, Ohio, where there's Hawkins Bakery, and they make the best cream-filled donuts. We call them Long Johns. I don't know what you call them out here on the West, but in the Midwest, we call these cream-filled and then glazed donuts, rectangles stuffed with cream. Long John. So I'm pretty sure Hawkins is still there. I'm pretty sure I am planning on, it is not going to catch me by surprise.
Right.
I am planning on stopping and getting one of these Long Johns and sharing that. Now, I bet that I couldn't handle more than 1 or 2 bites of that, because it's so sugar filled, but I'm going to enjoy it. So that's the other thing, is that and I didn't say this, but I do want to say this, vacation doesn't have to be austere. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
And you don't, you can't feel like you're free to do whatever.
Right.
Yeah. But, and if I'm planning ahead, then I think there's even more freedom in the planning.
Agreed.
So, yeah. So we are starting to eat out of our garden, which is awesome. So I have kale and I have a little broccoli and I have zucchini and, there's artichokes, and I have to be honest, I'm not the best at steaming artichokes and getting, artichokes take work to eat.
They take a lot of work.
Yes. A lot of work they do. So I haven't gotten that down, but I'm working on it. But anyway, and then we'll add some protein to that. But I've just enjoyed this, I don't know, I guess it's more of Italian seasoning. I'm throwing this fresh basil on there, and we have oregano in the garden, and we have rosemary. And so just throwing that in with some tomatoes. My tomatoes are from a can, but that's okay. So, because we don't have any tomatoes yet. But anyway, it's been just kind of this fresh sort of, last night it was just very spontaneous sauce with these vegetables thrown in it and not cooked for super long. And then we had some protein with that, and it was really light and delightful.
Yum. Oh, that sounds good. I'm not eating out of my garden yet. And in fact, I lost 3 or 4 plants to the heat. And I've lost 3 of my big, beautiful bushes. My oregano, my thyme, my mint.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
The heat was really just too intense while we were gone. Yeah.
It was pretty brutal. Yeah. Pretty brutal. So, hopefully, some of those are perennials and they do come back.
Yes. Yeah. I'm kind of hoping I might set them aside and just see if they'll come back.
Yeah. Nurture them. Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much, Rachel. So next Thursday I will be here. Hey, okay. I'm just a little bit of a secret. Next Thursday's my birthday.
Yes, it is. Okay. Well, we'll have to have a special birthday topic.
Yeah, we'll have a birthday topic. Okay. That sounds good. All right. Thanks, everybody.
See you later.
Bye-bye.